Hello and welcome to Master Fran Art Stream. I'm your fine, fantastic host, Master Fran, and welcome to tonight's little stream of pixel arts fun times. I'm here working on a thing that I've been tackling this morning, and I've kind of just been working on this, and I sort of forgot that I wanted to stream today, but I didn't want to really take my mind away from work, and I figured it's only fair that I do this, so that's basically what I'm kind of tackling at the moment. I was in Ultra Instinct for most of the day, because I was coming home from doing a few errands where I was prepping meat for grilling and working on a whole bunch of other art stuff that may or may not need doing. But honestly, that's kind of just what I've been up to, kind of just working on tiny little art tasks. So I think for now I'm gonna kind of put myself back into Ultra Instinct a little bit. So let me So yeah, I'm gonna spend a shorter time kind of working on this before I actually talk about my day, and kind of just get myself a little bit warmed up, because I haven't been working on anything all day, and I kind of just want to get myself working here. So you know what? Enjoy the music. If you have any questions, I'll answer them later. I'll probably just do a whole bunch of this chat stuff later and talk about my day, and enjoy the arranged video game soundtracks. Have some few new stuff, including art from Sorcerin, so that's gonna be some fun stuff with that. So I hope you enjoy these fine music tracks. Have a good night. Well, enjoy the music. That's why it's off. All right. Get review. Good. And you'll have a little preview of what I've kind of just been up to for tonight. And I just don't like working on stream, because when I'm just in max concentration mode, I'd rather just be doing this than anything. Because usually, I guess for the past 30 minutes, I've kind of just been silently getting this dog thing done. It's not even going to be the thing that I'm properly working on, but it's just literally, it's catching my interest right now because I was sifting through some sprites. So I'll show off what the animation's supposed to be a little bit later. Okay. Okay. see. Yeah, put the arms back like this. Oops. Alright, I think I know what I need to do. Copy you. Copy. There we are. Motherfucker. Add more. Yeah. Let's just do the entire freaking thing. Yeah, build up. Delete this frame. Yeah. A little motion. Link. Yeah, I should do like a short playthrough of Mother 3 just to show off why Mother 3 is a really amazing game. Because I guess recently I've kind of just been watching people play Mother 3 and I'm kind of like, I should play that because I kind of understand how to play that game a little bit. So probably could show off a little bit of just playing the ROM and stuff like that. You pause for a bit. 1, 2, charge motion. Charge motion and then throw. Charge motion. All right. And we can't just have this. The big main thing that I want to just iterate on as an idea. And that's getting the dog to have a cool shield to throw. This is literally like a thing that I haven't implemented in the game. It probably won't even be in the demo, but it's one of those things where it excites me. You know, it's one of those things where I have not done much with dog and cat enemies for a while, it's always on my mind, and I sometimes kind of am upset with myself that I'm not working on those. In fact, I sometimes feel like I should not have started with fox enemies sometimes, because I figured I could just start with dog enemies. What's happening? What's happening? I should save just in case. Okay. He's not forward enough. Unlink. Unlink. One, two. Go back. Use legs, and that will be. They'll be more expressive. Yeah, maybe I should delete this frame so it looks more instant. All right. All right. And then we'll have a shield design, which is the shield projectile. It should be like half a frame. Yeah, make that the half frame. Excuse me. Yeah, how's it going? Yeah, things are good. Kind of just vibing now before the dealing with family stuff or 4th of July things. Kind of just been doing some vibe pixeling, really. Nothing specific to Black Mass, but I just want to work on this dog character because it's just comes to mind right now. So I'm kind of just doing some vibe pixeling before I actually do any talking. Hope you're doing well, Joshy. Juicy. I keep thinking there's an H, but there's no H there. Probably do this. That'll work. Now, how do I indicate that? Oh, I know what I can do. Okay, I think I know how I could tackle this. Have it be like a little throw look. Do like a little throw look and then I'll be going. As far as you come as their characters for a game, is there actually an H? Yeah, it is H, but it's two O's. But I always am maybe it should be actually Juice because it's with two O's instead of Josh as I'm seeing it. Yeah, how far have you come as far as characters for the game? So, I mean, everything for the demo is already in, except maybe the owls, but that's such a last minute addition that I'm like, okay, that's there, but yeah, it is how that goes. Well, you know my name. That means that means I probably met you at a convention, or I know you from college and I just don't remember because I never memorized people's usernames. Alright, flip horizontal, that should be good. Let's see. They like the shield loop. Shield. Spin. Because this needs to look like it's spinning. Okay. I know what you are. Yes, I know who you are. Yes. It's funny because I deleted my Instagram because it's owned by Nazis. So I'm no longer on Instagram if you don't know. So that's why have been able to get back in contact with you. But yeah, I mean, it has been a while, but I hope you're doing well. Now that I actually finally recognize you. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, went to school back in downtown campus of ILS of Chicago campus. Yeah. Yes, the good old dirt patch. Everyone loves the dirt patch. Dirt patch is love, dirt patch is life. How could I make this indicate? I wonder, did I find a Sprite that looks like, because I think I have a Captain America Sprite. I probably do not have a Captain America Sprite. Let's see. Yeah, here Schomburg wasn't any better. It wasn't. I mean, it sort of was. I mean, so I guess my friend group is a bit more, I suppose, ambitious. Like, we all kind of had higher standards of trying to just do better. So we did do more to kind of just chase success without Schomburg. So I guess my alumni is, finger quotes, successful despite being an art institute school. So it's kind of just one of those things where they're doing stuff like one person, he's a VFX artist for Marvel, and another person has done work for Retro Studios. Another person, a lot of alumni's worked on NetherRealm for Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. But I think a majority of Schomburg people have been doing stuff for casino games and things like that. So that's I guess on that looser sense, they're doing well. Yeah, I didn't stay in touch with my friends. Yeah, it's difficult to keep in touch with everyone because it's like we're all just all over the place and living our own lives. I managed to keep touch with a few of my friends because a lot of them do Comic Cons, or they do go to conventions and meetups and things like that. Or just I either chat with them on like other places like Discord, or they're on the other social medias and stuff like that. But overall, it's well, it was 1998. Okay, so yeah, I graduated way further than you have. So yeah, it is far off. I graduated 2012, so I finished school then, and then like during the I guess graduation ceremony, or at least not the graduation ceremony, but before the I think it was like the job demonstration, where like all like recruiters kind of like come to your college and just look at your portfolio and your demo reels just right on there, and you give them your business card, and they'll you try to reply to them, and luckily I got a testing job from that overall, and it was pretty all right. It was, obviously I need to pay my dues for that, but in general it was not ideal, but it did give me more perspective on making video games. Like all it takes with actually doing everything that you wouldn't normally do as a just as a regular player. Like you have to walk into walls, you have to press many buttons at the wrong time, you have to basically do everything incorrect. Yeah, I did like the 2D animation class though. I also like the free writing class. Yeah, my favorite classes was the storyboarding class and the 3D, I guess 102 class, because it was where you're actually doing the animation, the 3D animation, and actually trying to make a short and things like that. So yeah, storyboarding class is fun because I had a teacher named Chris Johansson, and he's done a bunch of sound effects stuff for a bunch of commercials in Hollywood and stuff like that. So he loved to tell all these cool stories and little tech things that happen when you're doing Hollywood productions and stuff like that. So that was a real fun class with that. I think a class that I initially didn't like, but looking back, I'm glad that I took, was my intro to composition class, because obviously when you're learning the initial composition, you're not really drawing characters or recognizable things. You're mostly working with shapes and lines and stuff like that. And you're trying to make it so you're trying to get it to be a fine composition, stuff like that. You have a large spot with a small spot in order to look proper and good compositions and things like that. And at first I totally hated it, because the way I needed to do it was I had to use pen and ink, and at that time it was the first ever time I was using pen and ink, and I was just completely nervous. I was like absolutely pissed off. I basically was just completely nervous, because also you got points off if you use a lot of whiteout, so you had to really know what the hell you were doing with that. But I'd say these days I am obviously a much better inker, and I could probably just point to that as one of the big things that made me that good of an inker at the moment. Yeah, or fuzzy lines. Oh yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's pretty rad with that. And yeah, Lucas sold me on the LucasArts games. Because yeah, you have a lot of recruiters who were, they come from various places to just, get new hires and things like that. And some people get lucky, other people, well, actually, I don't even know who else doesn't get lucky. I'll say that you all get lucky in some way, because there were a lot of jobs for just doing art. They're not ideal. Like, a lot of them are casino jobs, and it's easy to feel ick about doing casino stuff, but it's one of those things where I feel like if you're an adult, dealing with adult stuff, it's not as terrible. But it's kind of one of those things where, I could see people not liking casino jobs. Yeah, that pays well. Yeah, and honestly, it is a fairly common thing. Because also in my era, it was Zynga. And that was around the era of when Farmville and Mafia Wars, if I remember right, was going on the Facebook games and stuff like that. Back in the day when Facebook games were the big notable thing. So that's kind of just one of those things where, a lot of my friends got into Zynga with that. So that was one of the many jobs that was there. But overall, at least for me, it didn't last too long. Do they still have Facebook games? That's a good question. I should check. Do they still have I'm not on Facebook either, so I wonder if they even shut down Farmville. Is it still going? Let's see. They made a third Farmville. Okay. That's insanity. That gained the purchase. That's bananas. Let's see. So they got an app. So of course they got an app. Typical. Google Play. The original farming game. So it's just, okay, so it's Farmville 2. Had they discontinued Farmville 1. Yeah, if I remember right, one of my friends worked on Wizards of Oz slots. Yeah, a lot of the Wizards of Oz games. Let's see. No Farmville 1. So they have gone far and away from the original Facebook game because, now they're on 3. Yeah, it makes sense. That's where everything's headed. And of course, it's got, in-app purchases and things like that. Let's see. What about Mafia Wars? Okay, so it's completely defunct, according to the AI overview. Of course, you can also go on Wikipedia. And yeah, it's completely defunct. When did it get defunct? So it was released on iOS, mostly on Facebook, MySpace. Holy shit, MySpace. Bebo. Man, has anyone gotten a Bebo account? Yeah, we went bankrupt in 2013. Fascinating. And then it was a Google Chrome app. So, Shakedown. So they made a sequel, which is a standalone game on the iOS. And then it got removed in 2012. Oh shit, there's a lawsuit. Oh. Mob Wars. Huh. Justin Timberlake bought MySpace? I never even knew that. Yeah, I never even knew Justin Timberlake, because I know MySpace is now sort of a music-y type place. Let me see. So there's an actual website with MySpace, but now it's about music, really. Can you stream music? It's kind of funny because it's Newgrounds is still around. I have a Newgrounds account. and they're still kicking. In fact, it's fun as hell to be on Newgrounds because it's just a regular ass gallery spot. Plus, you get like videos too, and just a fine little just hangout place. Let me pause my music for a sec. If I get muted, you'll probably know why. All right, let's see. So this is MySpace itself. Come on. Come on. You ain't playing? Come on. Ah, you ain't playing. Let's see. There is not a lot of music out here. Sia. I've never heard of Sia. Come on. Nothing streaming? I think it's dead. I think this website's just dead. Because it's not working. You're supposed to be able to stream music, apparently. And it's not letting you stream. How about video? Come on, video. We're gonna react Andy here. Any video at all. It's because of my ad blocker. I use an ad blocker. All right, let's try it out. Nope, nothing. Oh. Yep, there it is. Oh, it exists. Yeah, let me turn up the volume here. We're just gonna react Andy to this video right here. What is this?
So I'm gonna get a color on my nails today that reminds me of you, and it's called Pop Daddy.
What?
Pop Daddy. You have hits on
Watching the video on MySpace. Insanity.
But you just released
I think it's a short, or at least I'm gonna keep it short. It's like 7 minutes, but I don't want to like watch the entire thing.
I keep making music and I keep liking it. I like the job.
Yeah.
I could probably like crank this higher.
Real good at, it's still fun.
I feel like being a rapper is the best job of all time, actually.
They say the best job is the guy next to the rapper.
Why is that? Because he's just chilling?
He just has to go, yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Somebody go,
Amazing.
Oh, you mean a hype man?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, you just get a good, you know.
You didn't really need that, I felt like.
I used to have a guy on stage with me back in the day named Too Clean. He did a lot of shows.
Too clean and too short?
Yeah, and then sometimes so every now and then I bring out some of my young homies, the groups I might be.
I wonder what this side was supposed to be.
Right out of LA.
Supposed to full screen or no?
Hype the crowd.
2015.
So I could full screen.
Big year for the two of us. It's your 30th anniversary for your first record.
You know, I should get a manicure. My
And
fingers
it's my 30th
look
birthday.
like crap.
I think it's only natural.
I've kind of
that we
just
do
been,
a joint party.
I chew my fingers a lot, so
Split the cost.
We can
I
split
can't do really just chew
we can split the
fingers
cost.
too much, and they just
Sometimes I
look
do the math. Now,
awful.
when I was making my first album,
I do need to work myself into healthier habits with that.
But I was still listening to you though.
and you weren't far away either, you were right in Frisco.
I wasn't far away.
I'll leave it at that, because, again, I wanted to play some music initially. MySpace is supposed to be about the music, or at least that's what they're pitching it as, so come on. Nothing. Well, I certainly don't want to get an account. Let's see, people. Because man, the irony of this. Sign in with Facebook. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Let's see. So yeah, Justin Timberlake's here. First person here. Jimmy Kimmel. Of course Jimmy Kimmel's on this fucking app because he's everywhere. Molly D. Wolf. I don't know who you are, but you're an activist / entrepreneur. Let's see. Don Benjamin, never heard of you. Showtime, I guess it's just, you know, it's just like a bunch of the corpse. Kung Fu Kenny's also here. I wonder like how updated it is. Like, does it have does it have does it have like GTX? No, it just has Mad City. Man, I'm totally gonna get like copyright struck. I am hearing no music. But the fact that it's just on Mad City means that he hasn't updated this thing in years. Top dog music. This website's dead. Let's see, Eminem. Let's see, newest track is Legacy, or at least that's the newest one. I think Eminem's now on what's that yeah, because it looked like his latest album looked like, I remember the album art looked like a parody of the Beastie Boys Airplane album art. Oh, here we go. Get ready for the copyright strike. Oh, it's YouTube. Well, that's useless. I don't want YouTube. Yeah, this is YouTube. I don't want that. And also my face cam's in the way, so you can't even see it. Let's see. How about Without Me? That's a common one. It's all YouTube stuff. No. So yeah. Oh, it's got Rap God up to here. Rap God was like, what, 2015 or something? Look. Yeah, all of this is YouTube stuff, so yeah, we're not gonna do that. What's the featured? Like, what's the artist of today? Like, who's popular right now? Let's see, Chapel Roan. Chapel Roan's pretty new, recent. Let's see. When is right? March 11th. Amazing. Incredible. March 11th, 2025. So MySpace hasn't updated since 2025. All right, so back to the character. Yeah, you're right. They should just get back to just doing work. It's fine to just go back down to memory lane, just have some dumb fun, just making fun of old social media. But let's get back to his doing stuff. The 1975 somber. Amazing. Incredible. Oh yeah. I was looking for some Sprite stuff. Examples. Sprite examples. Let's see. Okay, I have to dive in to figure out where the fuck my Captain America stuff is. Let's see. So you're gonna watch me like flip between this kind of stuff. Got two different bands. Oh yeah. That's kind of like, okay, you go through two different bands and none of them work. All the known bands are completely outdated. So essentially MySpace is fucking dead. No. I'm looking for a Captain America thing. Got any Comic-Cons coming up? So I'm not selling at Comic-Cons because I'm taking a year break to kind of like build up some new stuff, plus be all hands on deck with making a new Black Mass demo this September. And that's kind of just what I've been up to for just most of the years, just working on Black Mass completely. And we're nearly done right now. We're just, oh, that's cool. Aruguma Rascal. So that's kind of just been the big thing. I have been visiting conventions though. I have been just going to just visiting and walking through shows. I've actually been last weekend I was at Cake, so that's the Chicago Chicago Comics the Chicago Indie Zine Fest thing. And I enjoyed some got a nice little haul here. And let me kind of just show you. Giant little pile of little just mini comics. And just bought a few like little things. Enjoy. Nice, really cool art book with just really colorful art. I really dig this work right here. So been flipping through these, really nice. Plus picking up some just tiny little small zines where kind of just showing off. And I kind of just got the ones that have some that are resonant with me, so it's kind of just one of those things. Also got like a little zine compilation because I want to join a local scene's comics anthology one day, so kind of just want to see what the standard is. I do want to make a new book. I'm currently working on a 6-page short, and that's kind of been that's been my side project besides Black Mass, is working on a short comic. This one I like the art. I want to read more. Beef Bros Behind Bars. I love this art style. It looks like old school Streets of Rage stuff, so I want to see not graphic short, but short comic. That's what I mean. I'm making a 6-page comic again for the first time since 2020, and I badly want to just come back to cons because of going to Cake. So I'm currently up to 3 pages penciled, but I kind of just fell off because I'm completely unfocused overall. But well, no, it's not that I'm unfocused, just I'm focusing on the actual important thing. So my own art style or manga, that's just my own art style. So essentially it's my current just general art style where, I'm just doing general drawing pencil, paper. It's essentially, just my general just drawing art style. In fact, the short comic is basically a short Black Mass comic featuring Cole and him just fighting against a mugger who's trying to steal his stuff. And that's essentially just the short comic. It's just a 6-page comic of Cole tricking a mugger. So I was hoping to get this done faster, but I kind of just got busy tackling some other stuff. So yeah, I figured if I'm going to work on a video game, I might as well kind of have like a little short comic with that as well. Because initially Black Mass was a web comic, and I was kind of like, okay, I want to make a comic about these characters and character designs and all that stuff. And of course I kind of just got wrapped up with the video game stuff, so I figured, okay, do the video game stuff, and the comic is basically a tie-in thing overall, so I'm sure I could finish it soon. In fact, I have a 4-day weekend, so I could probably, right now I have a 4-day weekend because I'm off work, plus 4th of July and stuff like that, so I should be able to get away with that. Yeah, it's nice to break it up a bit. Oh yeah, because sometimes you work on game stuff and you're constantly feeling nervous about whether or not the game will actually work, and so you kind of psyching yourself away from the interestingness of, I suppose, just the initial cool idea and the excitement of work on the game wanes away, because now you're kind of just getting into the drudgery of creating the stuff. So, trying to just do like tiny things to make it fun in small ways. You take breaks, you work on alternate aspects of it. That's kind of what I was doing with my dog thing. I should probably get back to the dog, actually. SalukiCon. Go to SalukiCon when it comes around again. I should stop by, actually, SalukiCon. I'll keep that in mind, because, I'm totally fine with walking new shows. It's just, let's see, SalukiCon. Oh, okay, so it's at the Student Center of Carbondale. That is far, but maybe I'll stop by. Why not? Maybe I'll get a few friends and things like that to kind of just say hi. Carbondale. Oh man, yeah. I'll treat you to a Saluki basketball game. Yeah, that's fun. That's fantastic. It's kind of funny because I work as a school bus driver in my day job. And I do a lot of field trips for what's it called? Sports teams and things like that. So I've gone all the way down into Bloomington and Springfield and things like that. So I've been doing stuff like that. So I have been far down south. It's just I don't really go there as often because it takes forever to get down there. But there are occasions where I do come out there. It's just recently I haven't been doing that. Okay, so it doesn't really look like it's rotating. I might be able to do something like this. Make it like this. And then that'll work. Kind of looks like what it needs to do from far away, so that kind of works. Shield spin looks fine. And then you could probably do like a canvas size, or maybe like ×2. You do this. Yeah, this is mostly like me flexing, seeing if I can make this work. What animation runs up to him and throwing it? Yeah, what animation runs up to him throwing it? Yeah. That's the basic gist is the dog has a shield where he throws it and it goes. It's his means of projectile and stuff like that. So probably be like, go like this. Oops. I want to unlink that. Probably go like this. And link. Dog's means of throwing shield. And then you probably do 4 more frames of that. Have it kind of like hang for a bit. Let's see. Okay, it's not going out. Back. Out. Back. I think the shield spin's kind of like delaying that, so let me like move that someplace. Or better yet, put this out here. Yeah, put this out here. Make it look like shield spinning in place, so it's like slowly, or maybe that's like absurdly long range, like put it here. Put shield spin here. Unlink. Link. And then you can go back. Alright, so how's it gonna work now? Okay, this is looking good. So it's supposed to be a dog like going forward and back, and that works. Fantastic. Yeah, cool, welp. Yep, so far so good with this. I'm pretty happy with what I have right now. It's a nice like beta thing. So I could probably push this far away, but this is a nice concept I've got. Ah, yeah, your dog's freaking out because of the fireworks. Yeah, 4th of July totally sucks as a pet owner. It's kind of like one of those things where if you talk about it, you sound like a total wet blanket, but it's kind of like, motherfucker, like animals just have sensitive hearing. They can hear literally from miles, so it's annoying. Yeah. They're 2-year-olds laid back. Like, bro, what's wrong? Oh yeah, like fireworks are kind of sucky for that. This could be reduced to like frames, and that'll deal with that. It's supposed to be a faster animation, so. Okay, so far so good. Dog's capable of block high, block low with the shield. And of course, show, yeah. Poppy thinks, oh, I'm in danger. Why is he barking? Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, it's one of those things where you're kind of just gotta deal with a whole bunch of, you gotta soothe your pet because of all that junk. I don't know why I'm being so precious with the space gaps and things like that. Just make them take place in the entire animation. That's one thing that kind of sucks with a Sprite, is that the more things gotta go. Yeah, see you, Josh. It's nice catching catching up. And yeah, I'd love to stop by SalukiCon one day. February's happening, so it's likely. I'll see if I can hit that up. Maybe I can sell there. Who knows? Yeah, funny thing is, wasn't he like this last year? Oh yeah. In fact, I'm gonna take a break myself because I basically got a nice rough idea of what I want to do. Probably could add a bit more sauce, where it's like boom, bang, boom, bang. I probably could work the shield so it goes. I'm also debating on whether or not the shield could be like, because I feel like the shield could be something where it's actively blocking, being like an area denial thing, where even if Cole fires arrows at this shield, it will still block the arrows. Also, I want to have a thing where the dog catches it with his mouth, but I'll get to that later. Like, I have a whole animation map of what I'm interested in doing. You know, just doing little stuff like this. And figuring out little things like that. Yeah, nothing in his mouth. Stuff like that. I do have things like this. So I have a bunch of like little sketches where, yeah, seeing this. The shield like a buzzsaw, it's like that. Shield rolls hitting the ground. So yeah. If it loses the shield, the dog can lose the shield. It's immune to projectiles because it'll just catch it. Some like little rad qualities to the enemy that, you know, he's got tiny ways to counter Cole's skills. So you have to get creative with how you're gonna do this dog character. So it's got as one of those fun little things where the smaller characters are also much more mobile. But then you have big dogs who have like large tower shields. That's gonna be fun to do. And this is one of the ideas of you know, how their armor's gonna look. It's a big cliche to make them Rome inspired, so I'm probably gonna scrap this. But I won't stick with it. But a lot of the dog enemies are kind of interesting, where it's like, yes, the dog enemies, they're able to you know, they're not cool with the wolf enemies, but they're sort of head swap type characters. They're so similar and yet so different. They're still tough against Cole anyway, so stuff like that. I've also kind of been experimenting with having like a chain thing. Like if you've ever played the game Rygar, that's kind of the idea of why you're doing the chain thing. It's kind of like do some Rygar thing. So that's some fun little stuff with that. So, you know, I'll figure out the dog thing later, but this is far off and everything else will be dealt with. Anyway, I'm gonna take a break right now and I will be right back. Avu, I return. Took a stand, took some squats, and now I'm gonna be working on a few owl sprites here because they're a little unfinished, but I'm gonna get back to tackling some stuff. Should probably talk about the current status of the owl at the moment, because right now it's looking all right. I do want to rework the lower wing animation because I feel like it's not gonna fit if he's going straight on the ground and able to like dodge Cole. So I'm kind of just doing stuff like that. Body, okay. So what I actually want to do is this, where you know it's able to fly like this, and that way it'll look more like sitting the ground in tiny ways. And the reason I'm doing this is because I do want to make a more clear owl animation to indicate that it's low on the ground. And this will be much clearer as a enemy overall, as if it just looks like this. Doesn't look like a good enough silhouette. But then again, I probably shouldn't get rid of this sprite just yet. Yeah, unlink. I should export this sprite somehow. And just make you a whole separate thing, just in case I still want this wing animation, because it's not bad, it's just, you know, it's not the owl animation that I want right now. So I need you, please. All right. Yeah, this will work. Put that there. As long as it's at a bottom grid, I can make that work. Good. Okay. Fantastico. You wanna know what's fun? I played a game on the NES called 3D Tetris, and it's a trip because not only are you playing Tetris, but you also have to align the blocks in 3D space. So the way the I guess the NES game works is that on one side it has, on the left side it has a 3D top-down view of the blocks. So, you know, it's all the blocks are like in top-down. And on the right side, you have the side view of the blocks, so the typical Tetris blocks and things like that. So not only are you spinning the blocks to get it to fit from the top, but you're also spinning the blocks so you can get to fit from you know, on the sides and things like that. So it has some more complication to the whole Tetris formula, but it's an interesting twist on how it tackles NES Tetris in tiny ways. So what's it? It's not Hatris, but it's something else. I think like 3D Tetris or something like that. 3D Tetris. Let me go back. What's it? 3D Tetris. 3D block something. .3D something block. Ah, that's what's called 3D block. So tried that out, and it's fascinating with that. I think that's what it's called. I'll probably show it temporarily if there's something interesting that I could show off. It's currently 9:24. It's kind of just one of those things where, I might do some more stuff with that, but I'm not gonna. I'll do a little bit of gaming because it's currently 9:25. I got the day off, so it's like, you know what? Maybe once I finish this owl pixel art, I'll let it go and do some more stuff with I'll do some actual gaming and kind of just show off some NES games I kind of just found in my ROM collection, because I have been playing a few tiny little NES games in my little emulator handheld to kind of just fiddle around and both look at games that I've never heard of before or just casually just play. That's usually how I tackle a lot of my I suppose gaming. I have been playing a lot of Ninja Gaiden recently, kind of just seeing how that game plays and actually come to terms with the fact that that game's pretty hard. And honestly, I feel like it's harder than Dark Souls because it's less fair than Dark Souls. Like, Dark Souls is actually balanced. Like, and obviously the enemies, they have stamina meters. Ninja Gaiden, they just have really bullshit placement. And that's where most of its difficulty comes from, honestly. So, that's kind of one of those things where, people say, oh, Ninja Gaiden is the hardest video game ever made. But it is learnable. Like, you kind of gotta, it takes a lot more trial and error to beat Ninja Gaiden overall. So, is it a good game? It's, it's still good. It's responsive, though I keep feeling that it's not responding to my buttons. So I don't know if it's a frame rate thing or anything like that. I haven't been able to figure out why it's not as responsive as I'd like for it to be. Because I believe I'm playing on a I don't know if RetroArch's on the emulator box I'm using right now, but that's what I've currently been working with is RetroArch for, my Ninja Gaiden playing. So doing that with that plus other things, living life and try to just do my best. All right. It should just be like a floating animation where it's kind of just floating. You know what? Put that there. Unlink that, because I think I'll just make a completely different rework with that. Yeah. What if I just find some do I have any pics of owls actually flying? Here we can have a swoop. I don't, and I want to bore this stream with floating. The one thing that I could probably stand to deal with a lot of these streams is do a bit more prep with a lot of these things. Because I do not prep a lot of these streams. It's literally, I draw whatever is whatever I want to draw at the moment, and usually I get into a fixation of, okay, I'm gonna work on this for today, and I don't think about the bigger implications of what I'm actually doing right now. Maybe like do something like this. Little bitties like that. Yeah. Really dumb crap. Okay. This will probably work in tiny ways. It probably won't, but I got us doing some stuff at the moment. Because this owl is wearing a long sash. Kind of just really ignoring it. Kind of works. Oh, what if it was more just a gliding thing, where it kind of just looks like the owl's gliding, really? Yeah, we'll do that, actually. Okay, think I know what I can do with this, then. Okay. Yeah, fireworks are going right now because everyone's doing the fireworks. Yep, that's how it be. I also been looking at a bunch of old PC Engine magazines. I'm like, man, I should just do something like that. Like make some old illustrations as if Black Mass is on a new magazine. I follow a artist named Old School Game Manuals and things like that, and they specialize in just making no, not a old school game manual, but like hand drawn game manuals. And basically they, you know, as he says on the tin, he makes a bunch of hand drawn game animation or manuals and stuff like that, and obviously it's cool as shit. I have his Ninja Gaiden and his Zelda 2 one, so it totally rules with that, and Zelda 1, I think. No, it's just Zelda 1, not Zelda 2. So I have his Ninja Gaiden 1, his Zelda 1, and there was a Contra one, if I remember right. Something. Okay. Unlink. Yeah, do something like notch the eyes up. Okay. That kind of like looks like they're floating. I do a little bit of a nudge up. Looks a little bit like they're floating. Yeah, may just have it so they're legit just low. Just have the body so it's just flat out, the wings are just low. That's another game that I probably want to do like a little retro game, is just play through the original Warrior Land, because I think their games are kind of easy enough that I could probably get through them. Well, actually no, I think Warrior Land 1 is actually very, very hard. But Warrior Land 2 and 3 should be a bit more manageable, that I could probably like go through some specific chunks. Kinda, sorta. Alright. It's got like flopping. Yeah, fuck it. Because look a bit more. SalukiCon. There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of conventions in Illinois that I want to hit up, that I'm thinking about it. Because I still have yet to get into UchiCon, though I think that's more for the University of Illinois. And, you know, for actual students and stuff like that. Probably not, I suppose, established professionals, quote unquote. I'm professional enough. I could probably make a portfolio. But it's like, okay, can I actually get in? Fuck no. Fuck no, they've replaced me with AI, so, you know, just let it rock. Let that shit rock, bro. Yeah. Do I want to play Pokemon? Fuck no. Pokemon's probably not among the retro games I should play. Plus, everyone fucking plays Pokemon as a retro game. Probably shouldn't be playing Pokemon. Though I probably should play one of those. So there's a lot of indie devs kind of making their own Pokemon styled games. So I kind of follow a few that are, look pretty interesting. Capsule Creatures is one that has kind of just always been in my curiosity, but I've never stuck around with it. But I do want to give it a look. Let's see. Alright, this is sort of working. I don't like how square this owl looks. Let's see if I can't adjust its head to be a bit more round. Just a smidge more round. Just get a wee bit more roundness to this owl because it just looks so square-headed. I could do something where, like unlink. Yeah, make this look more like wings in general. All right. Okay. And then I can make you green to have like a little bit of a fade out here. Because the reason I'm doing this is because the reason I'm doing stuff like this is to make it seem as if there's subtle wings. The one thing that I've been getting better at is dithering. So that's kind of one of those things where kind of just improving myself in tiny small increments due to essentially just getting better at working with the little pixel limits and things like that. And honestly, I feel like a way stronger pixel artist in general because I started monochrome. I think it's weird because I want to inherit my philosophy on other artists because that's an annoying thing that I don't like doing. But that's kind of just how I tackle things. So I'm just going to say my 2 cents about it. Learning how to work monochrome, like without color and stuff like that, is going to help you a lot. Like being able to make a drawing work even without color, I feel is gonna, work miles above anything you'll do if you're using color and basically covering up your less than your less good drawing and draftsmanship and fundamentals because you're doing pretty colors and rendering and stuff like that. And when you make the composition just work overall, you'll end up doing much better because you're making it work even without color. Yeah, that'll work. But that's probably just my own personal weirdo opinion where I want everything to look like traditional old school fucking drawings. But there is something to be said about just those old drawings where you're seeing them and they still just work as general just character designs. Like, as much as I'll dunk an anime and things like that with, you know, it looking like, you know, looking the same with the eyes and stuff like that, they actually kind of don't. Like, obviously there's a whole bunch of completely alternate there's a lot of stuff with anime where when you're actually immersed in the anime stuff, you do notice when things are different, especially with like armor design and eye shape and stuff like that. Eye shape's a big one where you can actually tell a character's personality through that eye shape. And I think just like with American books, Japan has its own, I guess, comic language or manga language, I guess, in their context. But yeah, it has its own, you know, sense of, you know, cartooniness. Like, you know, with like how speech bubbles work and stuff like that. There's probably a whole alternate way of how they're tackling lettering and things like that that I wouldn't know. Like, they probably have their own like specific version of a crossbar eye rule, but that's neither here nor there. Okay. Okay. Unlink. Nudge you forward. Get rid of you, get rid of the tail feathers. Knock all of this forward in some way. Nudge. I do like these piano remixes. They kind of look like they're swimming. But if I put this in more of a rapid succession, this is sort of working. It's just so subtle. This is a difficult to explain gliding animation. It's kind of like view, grid. I probably do need to do something with that head, though. Unlink. Okay. Nudge you back. Nudge you forward. Like a single pixel. Nothing insane. Yeah. Nudge you forward just a pixel. Nothing insane. And maybe a little bit of a yeah, let's just nudge this down by a pixel. And that's kind of how we're gonna do that. I should make a new playlist where it's just these cool piano collections. Just do something like that. It kind of rules, like these little like jazz piano type things. All right, that's actually looking much more convincing. I'm liking this. It's looking way more convincing. So far, so good. Again, this is only 2 frames. Like, if I selected this, it kind of like export the sprites. Made this like selected frames. Oh, Cole's in there. And like deleted duplicates. Yeah, it kind of just looks like it's gliding. So that's pretty cool with that. I don't like how sharp this turn is, so maybe I could figure out what I could do with this body. Well, looks better rounded. Looks much more rounded. Looks much better. Ugh. Pretty solid. Yeah. Yeah, the head looks a little bit better. Okay. Okay. Slightly rounder. Yeah, it sounds like a rush E in some tiny ways. All right. Okay, that looks freaking immersive. Like, again, this is just a 4-frame animation, but it looks so immaculate. Like this owl's legit floating. The only other thing I would probably add too is some little feetsies. That's about it. Copy. B. Yeah, it looks fucking cool. It looks 10 out of 10. I'm happy with this. I'm legit happy about this. Yeah, this looks good. This is looking great. I'm really happy that I got this. Yeah, I'm admiring this. So I'm gonna take another break. Because like I could work on the owl dying. I'd rather just actually refine this as a proper spinning animation. Rework the swooping, an actual sword swing, stuff like that. Like these are basic owl animations. Capable of diving at rules. Oh yeah, I forgot to add the little details of this. That's doable. Okay. Lucky for me, I know where the hell these actually go. This would go up. So you would go up through here. There we are. Oh, looks consistent. I'm happy. Yeah, baby, yeah. Yeah, baby, yeah. Shit's working, shit's popping off. We're making it work, baby. Cause I'm the mad bomber, the bad bomber who knocks in the midnight. I forget how it goes, but still, pretty happy with that. Control S, let that rock. Let's see. What else can I tackle at the moment right now? Cause Al's done. Could show off some little things that I've kind of just been doing for Cole's like little expression thing. Because kind of like took some big alternate body things. I kind of just worked with whole alternate portrait designs. It's mostly this initially was going to just be still, but now it's kind of just like I just want to work on it for fun. Like just add like little alternate things. And kind of just makes him oh shit. The eyes are completely off. What the hell happened here? Let me rework this. Lucky for me. Ah, that's what happened. It was locked and I didn't realize. There we are. That should be better. I was like, why the hell are the angry eyes not looking right? We got like a little slasher smile here. And of course, he has a bit of a panic look. A little bit of a Felix the Cat eye thing. Probably do want to figure out how I can get him to shake a bit, because that's kind of what I was kind of going for, is a little like he's nervous as fuck. Because trouble's a brewing. Probably do need to make a few frowns. But you know what? I'll come back to this much later, because there's a whole bunch of stuff that I still need to tackle. Like, Nad's still a character that still isn't shaded. But I'll come back to this much later. There's like Cole's there, but then Nad's also a character with that. Boom. They have a bunch of front views, but then we got side views. Oh. Uh-oh. I seriously hope I didn't. Okay, good. I was like, if I ruined the sprite and fucking cropped away, I would be tilted to all hell. Like, that would be just me just being royally pissed off. So yeah, there's still a bunch of stuff that I want to do for these portraits. But for now, I'm going to take a break. I will be right back. Alrighty. Final, I suppose, stretch of this stream, I suppose. 10:15 p.m. I've been streaming, say, for 2.5 hours. I'd say I will work on this NAD stuff a bit, and then I'll just wrap the stream. As it's nearly midnight and I don't want to go too far because I got some barbecuing to do tomorrow. So, shababoom. Write down my stuff in what's it called? Toggle track. You know what it is. Okay, shit to do. Okay. It's kind of funny with those old Yu-Gi-Oh games, because there was a Yu-Gi-Oh game collection where it kind of like re-released every Yu-Gi-Oh game that they had. And it's kind of funny because a little feature that they have with the games is that you can play those old games. It kind of just runs on rules that they haven't had for years. So it's kind of wild just going through Yu-Gi-Oh! Back when it was just overall imbalanced. So you have people kind of researching old school Yu-Gi-Oh strategies. And of course, these strategies just flat out don't work because most of those cards aren't, most of those cards aren't a thing anymore. So, yeah, that's kind of just how they did it, so to speak. Still, it is a nice collection if you're kind of a Yu-Gi-Oh history buff and want to be like, okay, how did the game work just back then? So I like that for its general game preservation and things like that. And I suppose, speaking of game preservation, it's nice that Stop Killing Games managed to make its United Kingdom stuff complete. Obviously, I'm American, so I kind of can't do anything for that, but I can talk about it. Stop Killing Games is, a notable thing to kind of just give little end of life things for games that essentially just end up dead, or at least need to fall away so they're not completely unplayable when you turn it off, like turn off the servers and things like that. So I can totally understand how that works. So it has kind of soured my interest in caring about things that Pirate Software talks about. Because, it's one of those things where it's like when you lose your word, it's very difficult to get back. And that's kind of just how I feel about all that. So, obviously, Ross says that all the damage that he did is nullified. But still, it's one of those things where I kind of feel like an oaf for basically being, I wouldn't say conned, but kind of just convinced that this wasn't anything, or this was something that wasn't worthwhile. And I had a conversation with one of my artist friends about the nature of how much people believe people who are remotely confident in life. And it's kind of just one of those things where that is very true. A lot of people don't do their own research in general, and they end up essentially screwing things over because they want to believe a thing more than witness the facts and stuff like that. And granted, I'm not a person who's like above that either. I tend to take a lot of things at face value because I usually just don't have time to really just dive into the research. And that's actually kind of my greatest fear is I end up working on a thing and I end up getting a detail wrong because I didn't take enough time to look it up. That's a lot of things with sometimes I work on some character designs, and I will work on things where it's specific mythological stuff where you do need to make sure that it's not part of a closed religion. Otherwise, it ends up feeling like you're totally just making the theme park version of a god instead of actually giving a fuck about the religion and things like that. Obviously I'm more atheist in general, but it's I don't want to be a complete asshole to someone's religion if I can, Obviously, it's one of those things where you kind of gotta make sure that this stuff, you gotta make sure that you're not an asshole. Above all, I care the most about not being an asshole, as much as people are nobody can say anything offensive these days, we're all special snowflakes, but it's we're basically trying to not be assholes in life, That's literally just how it goes. It's just try not to be a huge asshole. of course, you have people who want to be assholes and are kind of like, oh, what the fuck can you actually do about this then? Other than beat the living shit out of them. Like, that's kind of just the most you can just say is just, alright, if you just want to be an asshole, you get your ass kicked. Like, I don't even know what I can really say about that, beyond that. So, that's always just a difficult aspect of, you know, getting people to care about shit. Because it's like, you have motherfuckers who just want to start shit. And then you just have motherfuckers who just flat out just don't give a shit about anything. And it's always just the toughest thing about, I guess, life and being around people and socializing is you're essentially putting your heart out for potentially nothing. And it can be easy to kind of like feel like, yeah, this doesn't fucking matter. Why should I give a shit about you if you don't give a shit about me? And it's easy to kind of just feel that way because, yeah, why should you? You know, that's kind of just the general gist of it all, is that most people overall just don't give a shit. But that doesn't mean that you yourself should just fall into that, levels, you know? So, you know, I tried my best to not completely fall away with a lot of stuff. And obviously I'm not perfect. I completely get pissed off at life, pissed off at people, pissed off at the most irritating bullshit. A lot of people think that I'm a completely chill guy. Well, the chillness is mostly just me keeping myself in a bottle. Like, I'm overall a tea kettle in little ways where a tiny thing can just set me off. It can be totally insignificant, and I'm never gonna know what sets me off until it does set me off, because I'm constantly spending my time trying to just not let anyone know that I'm being, you know, that I'm upset. You spend most of your life, or at least I spend most of my life, kind of like just keeping myself on the tightest possible lid in fear that if I lose control, the worst things would happen to me. So I'm kind of like in this constant pressure to just be, just cover myself up and just never let anyone know how you feel, period. And obviously there's like a thing to be said about like male loneliness and men unwilling to, you know, to open up, because a lot of times it's the worst possible thing that you can do. You know, you got a lot of pieces of shit who'll just take advantage of your, or at least my like willingness to like be happy and stuff like that. It's tough to gauge with that. And motherfucker, you never even know what you're gonna be doing until till you actually tested and you actually just explode into frustration. And yeah, it's easy to kind of like feel like what you're doing is entirely pointless because you live in a world where most people kind of just going through their day. Like, they can't just pay attention to you all the time. So when you're hurting, you can feel like you're not exactly, you can feel like you're not being heard or seen. And that's a common feeling of never feeling like you're seen. So if you're ever feeling that way, just know that that's common. That's real common for most people. So never feel bad if you ever feel like you're kind of just living life in quiet desperation, so to speak, where you can't really be true with other people because you don't know how legit other people are next to you. So just know that obviously it's not completely hopeless. Like, you gotta at least be willing to just be vulnerable, even if the world should be already, I guess, tolerant. I don't know what I can say about that. I don't know. I guess that's just me kind of just getting my feelings again. Kind of just feeling like crap. I mean, right now I don't feel like crap. I kind of just feel slightly drunk right now. But I mean, I think the sentiment of people like being frustrated, you know, that's common. That's a common thing, I'd say. So, you know, let's just let me let you know that whatever bullshit you're feeling, I totally feel that way too. It's just, you know, obviously I'm trying to keep a lid on it because you don't want to just constantly fly off the handle all the damn time, because otherwise just feel that you're not in control as much. And the worst thing that can happen, at least for me, is that you just don't have control. I don't like this brow line thing. Scrap that. Yeah, just work on that. Got it. We're gonna go nuts with this. Yeah, surf. You know, these portraits look exceptional. Liking this. Let me get rid of the eyes here. I remember playing a lot of Heart Gold back in the day. Heart Gold was probably the last Pokemon game I'd really just put a shitload of time into. Like, I was like, okay, I'm going to give Pokemon a chance. I'm just gonna dive deep into Pokemon. And, you know, it was one of the few Pokemon games where I was like, yeah, I'm giving it the good old college try. And I was doing pretty decent. You know, obviously I was rocking a Feraligatr with that kind of stuff, so that was pretty good with that. And obviously playing as Feraligatr was hard as balls, but honestly, you know, that's typical. You know, you pick a Pokemon that's difficult or, you know, will take you to the top, and obviously you work hard to raise them up. You know, that's the poke fantasy, so to speak. You know, each different starter has a alternate difficulty mode to kind of just say, okay, this is what you're doing, and this is how you're gonna get through the gyms. And, you know, it was pretty cool in general with that kind of stuff. It's weird that I'm kind of like working at this and it kind of just looks all mohawky. Okay. I think one thing that I failed to do in journal is I'm not good at figuring out how to get this to look more like it has depth inside. Like, I can make it look like it's a flat plane, but I don't really know how I can get it to look like it's a giant. Well, actually, no, I'm making this kind of work. This is kind of working. Okay. This is working. Enough. It's working enough. I need to get my preview window out here. Alright, that'll work. Kind of working. Kind of looks all spiky enough. Alright, looking pretty decent. He looks kind of out there with all that odd hair setup, but it's kind of working. All right. I like looking at my preview and kind of seeing where can I like add like little bitties of ideas. Kind of looked all right here. Now it's kind of like looking like Nat has a broccoli cut. And I'm like, fuck no, we're not making him a zoomer. That would be an interesting dynamic if he was younger than Cole. I drew him, but he doesn't feel like he's that older. I don't like this. Yeah, get rid of the black for just a bit more just green. Looks more aesthetic. Yeah, get rid of that. Nice. I feel like I added way too much detail to his hair. I think I'm now kind of like spending this weird time where I'm like trying to refine it when I don't need to. I like looking at this, it looks more like a mess. Yeah, you know what? Let's start from the top. Just get rid of this and kind of like figure out, do it simple. Simplify this shit. Do something where it's just like this. Just nice and small. Nothing crazy. Just little bits of kind of just saying, hey, he has a wee bit of hair definition. Nothing extreme. Just something that says, yeah, Nad at least approaches the light of physics. Kinda, sorta. I'm going to tune out. I like that's the same angle, so can I rotate? too compressed. Not quite my tempo. I think that's doable. Yeah, just hypnotizing myself through good art. And now kind of like catching myself like getting into this like ultra instinct stare where I'm just staring really hard. And kind of just realizing, this is me kind of just in complete ultra instinct mode. Yeah, see, flow state, so to speak. Control S. This ain't working. But I think just having just a little spot to kind of just if all else fails, fucking dither that shit, baby. We're dithering. I'm dithering it. When all else fails, fucking dither, bro. I'm dithering it. That looks like a giant mess of art parts. But this is a good look. Had the vague shape, but now it's dithered. Looks like it kind of like falls off in a light on like this. See, dithering is fun. I hear there are pixel artists who don't dither. And I'm like, how on earth? You don't dither? That's insane to me. But then I could say that I'm totally built different. Okay. We dithering some more, baby. In tiny ways, Nad looks like Big the cat. I don't like that, but I'll have to live with that if I want to have inner peace. Probably should have did this first. honestly, who fucking cares at this point? You're not paying attention to my freaking dithering. Like, look at you. You're probably like watching Subway Surfers right now. You probably would never understand the elaborate discipline when it comes to dealing with what's essentially a boring task. Because 99% of getting good at a skill is dealing with the boring parts to it. Because trust me, it gets boring, but it's also important. And that's kind of the thing about these difficult tasks, is that a lot of them are just boring. They're boring, you don't want to do them, you lose motivation to work on them, and you always feel like, oh wow, this is not worth working on. Of course, the real skill is less about getting rid of the boredom, but learning to live with that boredom and not letting it completely decimate your ability to create the project, or making sure that it doesn't completely kill your dream of completing that project. Because that's the actual challenge, actually getting through that slog point. It's that plateau where you're totally not feeling it, but you gotta do it, because otherwise you'll never get over it. Because I'm an asshole, we're gonna give him boob shadows. Because boob shadows are fun. Every tiny pixel adds to it more than you think. You're probably like, I don't want to work on this. You're right. I don't want to work on it either. But guess what? What we gotta do if we want to make something actually cool that people give a shit about. And even then, it's a giant gamble whether or not people will actually give a shit. Because you don't know if people don't give a shit until you actually do it. And if people start giving a shit, motherfucker, come on. It's altitude. Ugh. Yeah, I'll just leave it. Yeah, just let it go. Just let it go here. Just add more shadows here to kind of just get that line thicker. Yeah, I think I'm losing my focus now. Control S. Just save you. Alright. Okay. I could do a little fun with this. Be work you. Okay. All right. Do a wee bit of copying. I can make this work. Okay. Copy. Maybe like V over. Sort of working. Get rid of the eyes here. Okay. Copy. BD. Alright. I have a rough thing of how it's gonna look. So far, so good. Still not done and perfect. Had to rework how the mouth movements go. But honestly, it's now in a better spot. Yeah. So far, so good. But I'd say I'll just let go of this for now. That's another 40 minutes of work. It's not perfect. Yeah, I'll just work on this later. This is probably the most work I've done on these sprites all week. That's usually how a lot of these streams go, is I'm not spending a lot of time doing art. I'm spending so much time making alternate art, whether it's, you know, writing. So, it is what it is with that. I am hella tired. It's touching 11, and I need to wake up. Yeah, well. But anyway, thanks for stopping by my stream. I know it's a bit low energy, but that's kind of just how I just tackle my art streams. That's the nature of doing art streams. You just make art, and if you're interested, you watch. And if you like the music, you listen. If you like me rambling, you converse. Anywho, I'm gonna kind of just wrap up for now. And yeah, I stream weekly. I don't I guess I'm really bad at my schedule, but I know for sure that's always weekly. So, you know, follow me, hit the notification, And if you missed out on my streams live, you can always check out my YouTube streams where I upload my VODs with timestamps and light re-editing and make it slightly more bearable to watch. So thank you everyone for stopping by. I'm Master Fran, and this has been my fine art. Have a good night.